and just crypto, I just saw how it was going to change the world. The way we store our value, the way we transact, the way we collect things using blockchain and all the amazing technology we have here now. So I just really wanted to spread that word and just let everybody know about it.
That's dope.
This podcast is sponsored by Vauld. Please stay tuned for more information on this amazing company later in the episode.
Bitcoin is inevitable. We all talk about how fast we're going to see adoption and that this curve is going to come, but the fact is younger generations are never going to live in a world without crypto and Bitcoin. One of the greatest voices of the Gen Z generation, of course, is Miss Teen Crypto, but I had the opportunity to sit down with her and her father today and found out the story of how she discovered crypto in the first place and why it became so important to her. You've been doing in-person stuff forever. You walk into Times Square and you interview people.
Yeah.
I started the podcast 2 weeks before COVID hit, and this is the first weekend I've done a single in-person.
Really? I love doing in-person ones. Like, it's different with strangers though, because like you're just like, it's like the wild. You never know what they're gonna say to you.
Yeah, well, that's a little crazy.
Yeah,
this is a
like,
controlled environment, and we know what we're going to kind of talk about in general.
Like, I just talk to like these wild people on the street. Like, there are a lot of interviews I haven't posted because they're just crazy.
I'm sure. Do you ever like think about taking all the outtakes and doing outtake?
I was actually thinking about it. My sister wants to do like this whole thing where we just like have the camera rolling the entire time, and just like when everyone like yells at me and says no, I don't want to talk to you, we like clip it all together.
Yeah, that's the secret, is you got to keep it rolling so people don't even know that they're on camera yet. While you're miking them up, you're secretly.
Yeah, like I have like a little mic that's like this big, and I just
she don't
like,
mic. She just walks with a little
yeah, like
corded
I have a
mic
little new Bluetooth one now that I'm gonna test out. I'm like really.
So listen,
excited.
I was planning to have you. You and I have talked a few times on Spaces. I was on your show, everything like that. But I met your lovely dad yesterday.
Yeah.
The two Randys.
Yes.
Right? And I had no idea, maybe I just never heard the story, that he's responsible, at least to some degree, for your interest in crypto.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Tell the story.
Probably mostly my fault.
Yeah.
I'm a single dad. You know, my two daughters live with me, and you know, since they're small, and got into crypto, I think late 16. Had not many people, my friends, didn't want to hear about it back then. Nobody
still don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I had no one to speak to about it, and used to eat dinner at, you know, with the girls at night and talk about crypto and talk about Bitcoin. And I just went to a meetup, and this is what happened, and they would pretty much look at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
And then one day, you know, I said to her, she said she was going to the mall, and I told her, well, I'm going to give you some money, right, for the mall, right? She goes, yeah. I said, well, I'm going to give you crypto today. So she's like, but I can't spend it. I said, yeah, but I have an app you could download that you could go to Ulta, where you get your makeup, Nordstrom, you know, and a bunch of other stores in the mall. So she goes, all right, send it over to me. So I
she's not going to say no to money.
Right.
No.
So I sent a little bit of crypto, and it got there instantly on a phone, which made her look at me like, wow, it happened that fast. I said, so when you get to the mall and you get to the place where you want to spend it, just pull up a QR code. Go to the app, press the store you want, pull up the QR code, and just show it to the register. Don't say nothing like, I'm going to use crypto. Just let them scan it, you know. So she did it, and that was it.
Yeah, but okay, so like your dad gave you this thing, you spent the money, but there's another step there because you can still go to the store and use your credit card or pay with money, right? So that maybe it was an awakening that, okay, I can use crypto for this, but then you still had to go down a rabbit hole and figure what crypto was.
Right.
So why'd you guys do that?
That was just the beginning.
Right,
you know?
It only takes a spark. And we always joke that once you come in, you never go back out.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That was the light bulb moment for her.
Yeah.
You know, when I gave her the crypto and she was able to get it on her phone instantly instead of like, you know, transacting money with change and stuff.
Yeah.
And then she went and used it. And she didn't think she'd be able to.
Right, but why'd you run with it?
I ran with it because not only did I see this instantaneous transaction, I just saw it as free money, right? That anyone can use. No matter what your age is, where you come from, as long as you have that internet connection, anywhere in the world, you can send and receive payments. I also saw that side of Bitcoin where it's that store of value. I was 13 when I first heard about it, and I still only had like $200 in the bank account, right, in the savings. And when I was growing up, all I heard teachers say in school was, well, you keep your money in the bank, it's safe there, it appreciates, you earn interest, all these things.
Nope.
And I always saw $200, it just never changed. And I just saw Bitcoin as this appreciative asset, a store of value. And that was just another thing that brought me in. I said, not only is this money I could spend and send to anyone, anywhere in the world, but it's something I can hold on to, I can hodl and have it be like worth more one day.
It's interesting that you saw it as a savings account as a 13-year-old kid, because when we were 13-year-old kids, you get like 10% interest.
Yeah,
At
we
least I
used
was
to
in
go to the
80s,
bank
there was
and
a
get
time.
8% like
Yeah,
on
yeah.
$100 per
Yeah.
month.
Of course, your mortgage was 15%.
Right, right.
But so that was those teachers who were teaching you that are dinosaurs like us, who they were taught that and just so it becomes a meme. Save your money.
Yes.
Exactly.
Guys, I have a serious question for you. How much interest are you earning in your bank account? Is it 0.00001% or something similar? We all know by now that there's a better way in crypto, but you want to be using the best platform possible, and that is Vauld. I have been using it myself now for quite a while, earning the highest interest rates in the industry. 12.68% on stablecoins, 6.7% on ETH and Bitcoin, and earning yield on a ton of other assets. But it's so much more than that, guys. They have a robust exchange, you can swap your coins, and they have the amazing automatic investment plan where you can dollar cost average, or more importantly, buy the dip automatically. We know that when the dip actually comes, nobody buys it because they're scared. Well, you can automate that process now with Vauld. Guys, this platform is absolutely incredible. It does everything. They're backed by Pantera and Coinbase Ventures. You really can't ask for anything more. And if you use the link right down below, you get a 40% kickback on trading fees, 5% commission on interest payouts, and 5% commission on loan interest. Guys, sign up right now at thewolfofallstreets.info/Vauld. That's VAULD. Do it now, seriously.
And just crypto, I just saw how it was going to change the world. The way we store our value, the way we transact, the way we collect things using blockchain and all the amazing technology we have here now. So I just really wanted to spread that word and just let everybody know about it. I mean, being a part of Gen Z, we understand the concept of digital property, the concept of digital currency. We value, a lot of the time, we value our in-game currencies more than we value our dollars. That's why these 13-year-old kids use their mom's credit card to go buy V-Bucks from Fortnite, right? So I just saw this huge thing that was really going to change everything. And the fact that, you know, Gen Z was behind the revolution and not leading the revolution was something that just hurt my heart a little bit because we're supposed to be ahead. We're supposed to be spearheading this.
You know, I think there's this thing from every generation. You always make fun of your parents for being like, "Oh, you kids, get off my lawn," or your music is trash, our music is so good. I think it's just deeply ingrained in society that one generation doesn't take the next generation seriously.
Yeah.
I think it's just how it is.
It is. It is.
I mean, but the funny thing is that the millennials and the Gen X are what built this foundation for us in Gen Z to take this technology and run with it. So,
There's so many, you know, the younger generation, like 20 and down, is really not involved yet, you know, from what I see in crypto.
But they're not involved in anything.
Right, but
They're involved in
I think
like
if they
trying to
learn
date.
about crypto, if they learn really how to use it and what it is, I think they're going to run with it, and they're going to end up being the biggest players here. Not my generation or your generation. It's going to be that generation that's going to take this to the next level. That's how I feel.
I keep having this like same conversation or sort of idea, but you're almost there, right? My kids are 2 and 7. They'll never know a world where there wasn't Bitcoin.
absolutely.
Right.
So it's like we talk about it'll come. It's just going to be natural. I guess it kind of, you got there early enough, but maybe even your generation is a little early.
Absolutely. I think we're all extremely early. I
That's a
mean,
good point.
this is...
First inning,
I
still.
hit the streets all the time and I ask people about Bitcoin. I've been asking people about Bitcoin on the streets since November 2020, just asking people like, what's going on here, and just people have no idea what Bitcoin is. In
Still?
November 2021, I went to the mall a few months ago, and I was talking to kids around my age, and I asked them, "Do you know what Bitcoin is?" They looked at me like I was completely insane. Like, what is that?
Do they know what Dogecoin is?
No, they didn't.
Okay,
I actually
good.
did know.
Some know Doge more, but
Yeah, but that, I mean,
Because of the meme.
right, and
You know,
Elon.
a lot of-
memes are very powerful.
Yes.
That's being the idea.
And a lot of people, especially in this type of environment, they're upset with Doge. They're upset with Elon and just like the way things went about, especially with the price action with Doge. But the thing is, the memes and everything that came out of that, it brought so much adoption, especially with Gen Z. A lot of Gen Z I know, like they came in for the meme. They were like, "Oh, this is a really funny meme," but they didn't go and directly invest in Doge. They just want to know what it was and why cryptocurrency was important, which led them to Bitcoin and to learn about that. So I think it really did help adoption, especially.
It helped bring the younger ones in because the Bitcoin thing they were scared of for whatever reason.
It's
I don't
intimidating.
know. Yeah, they think
still
it's
have
this crazy
we still have a
thing.
messaging problem, right?
Yes.
Nobody can explain it to somebody
But
in
yet, if
simple
you
terms.
tell her age group Doge, that they want to know about because
but
Elon
it makes sense
and they
because
hear
of
about
memes.
it.
They just understand
Yes.
It's a meme culture.
Yes.
Tweets are short. Everything has to be a short messaging
Yes.
to be palatable now.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of the time when especially why I do 1 to 2 minute content on like intro to crypto, what is Bitcoin, what is blockchain, how it works, is because when I looked up a lot of these videos when I was getting started in the space, they were all lengthy videos, 7 to 10 minutes. A lot of people don't have time for that, right? They just need something that's quick, to the point, and gives them an idea. And a lot of the time when you explain Bitcoin, or when I first heard about Bitcoin, there wasn't much adoption, but it was complicated. To me, it just seemed like some adult things, finance, something I couldn't touch. Like
Which
a
it's
stock.
literally the opposite.
It
Because
literally
the
is.
adults are the ones who are confused.
It is,
to
and
me.
I used to tell her that if you just give me a minute,
Yeah, but-
you know.
But now I figured like I can actually use crypto. It's something it's something transactable, collectible even. So it takes that moment, but it needs to be put in simpler terms. But another problem I guess I find being a younger person in the space, especially when I was under 18, is that there's an extremely high barrier to entry to come into this space. When I was under 18, I couldn't go on Coinbase, I couldn't go on Gemini, I couldn't go on BlockFi, I couldn't go on anything to earn interest, to buy crypto. But when I was 13, I was able to use my dad's credit card to go buy in-game currencies for a video game. Why can't I?
Which had no value to you in the real world at that time.
Exactly. So the fact that I can get a debit card from the bank at 13, but I can't go and buy crypto, that's why I feel like we're extremely early and there's still a ton of work to be done. Right now we have like the rise of decentralized exchanges, but we need to have that point where it's easy for Gen Z to get it.
Yeah, it's gotta
under
be.
18, I think the closest thing under 18 has right now is a Bitcoin ATM, but that's
And you're getting gouged.
Yeah.
exactly, because sometimes when you
price
go
is
to an
three-
ATM, the price is like just way above what the market is. Like Bitcoin could be, for example, 40K, and they'll write 45 on the ATM, and
Yeah.
then there's this
And
huge
the fee on
to
top of
buy.
that.
Yeah.
So you pay
So-
45K, and then the fee is another 100 at some machines.
I think that like conceptually a Bitcoin ATM is amazing, but that's one of those things that we're going to look back and be like, that was early.
Yeah.
And it's not what we need now. I could be wrong. Maybe someone will innovate in the Bitcoin ATM space, but I think that there's a lot of easier ways now to get your
There
Bitcoin.
has to be an easier way for younger kids to get into crypto.
But it's not that easy for older people. I
It's
mean,
not.
it's easy
It's
in the
not.
context that like I can sign up, but it's still there's a
But
leap of faith.
when she goes and talks to people, that's a problem. You're asking me about Bitcoin. Do I own it? Do I have it? And they don't know how to get it.
Or where to
And then
spend it, or how to spend
they
it.
ask her, okay, you're an expert. You're asking me what is Bitcoin. Okay, where do I get it? And that's still a problem.
Exactly. I would always recommend the exchanges, but a lot of people just get uncomfortable. Like, why do I have to put my driver's license on the platform? What is this KYC? What does this even mean? So it's a little complicated still, but it just still shows how early we are. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, some people were still using the peer-to-peer platform. What is
Local
it called?
Bitcoins,
Local
yeah.
Bitcoins. People were still using local Bitcoins not too long ago, and now we have Coinbase, we have Geminis, we have these ATMs. So we're still in these early stages of just building and just giving people accessibility. But we still need to lower that barrier to entry. It's huge.
Like in a perfect world, do you have like a vision of what that platform would be that was that would be accessible to teenagers and really easy to use?
Honestly, a a good start for teenagers right now is actually a lot of games that are here today at Bitcoin conference, like Thunder Games, ZBD Wallet. These are games where you could just play games on your phone and earn Satoshis and just build up and accumulate that way and just start your journey. Ideally, an app that I would like to see is an app that I could just download on my phone, get my credit card or my debit card, or maybe even a gift card of some sort, and redeem it. Just like how I could go to Walgreens or CVS and go buy an iTunes gift card and buy a ton of games on the App Store. I should be able to do that, but with cryptocurrency.
Well, I'm really glad that our future's in her hands and not mine.
Yes. I'm glad too. It's in her hands.
You must be. I mean, I hate to do this, but you must be incredibly proud.
No, I'm every day goosebumps. You know, I never in a million years thought my daughter. You know, I never pushed her. I never told her, oh, crypto needs this and that. I just told her about it little by little. She got in. My heart is warm. I love that she's in it. And I love that, you know, people look up to her and ask her all these questions.
Can we get your dad in more of your content? Maybe like a sideshow that's like, you know, the two of you.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
great.
That would be so
You do
fun.
well together. I know you don't like to be on camera, but it's very good.
I, you know, every day sometimes I just step back and I get a little teary-eyed just, you know, looking at all the stuff she's doing.
And not so secretly, you're on Twitter.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So where can we follow you guys?
Yes, yes.
I'm
yes.
at Miss Teen Crypto.
And I'm Randy at LTC, the right coin.
LTC, the right coin is so funny when I realized who you were.
Yeah,
Because I had no
I
idea.
made that years ago.
How
But
could I?
everyone knows me on Twitter. I'm just in person quiet, you know. Not
Well,
like, you know.
You guys are amazing. I truly love what you're doing. Anything, always, as you know, I've told you, but anything I can do to help. But you're doing, I think, the best work of all of us, because that's the generation that we need more than.
Well, you're doing
anyone
great
else, so
work
thank you.
too.
Yeah, thank you.
You
guys
have-
are
you
awesome.
have
Thank
great
you
people.
So much.
Thank you so
Great
much.
people.
Really
Randy.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you haven't already left a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please do that now. Spotify just added ratings, so please go ahead and click that 5-star. I'll see you guys next time.